This morning, I was waking up in one of my favorite campgrounds in all of Canada in Jasper National Park. This was my first time returning to the park after the devastating wildfire of 2024. I will share with you later what I saw of the aftermath. Good morning from the Snaring River. This is the Snaring River campground. I have actually been here before, and I would safely go on record and say that this is probably my favorite campground that I've been to in Canada so far. Just look at it. I just walked away from my campsite and then I have this view right here. It's absolutely incredible. We were supposed to be on a backpacking trip right now. However, because of the forecast, we have postponed it. We're expecting rain off and on for the next couple of days. It rained last night. It's pretty socked in right now. So we'd rather go when the weather is a little bit more favorable, which it looks like it's going to be later in the week. Yesterday, we drove into Jasper for the first time since the fires last year. The crazy thing is we were here in Jasper right before the fire broke out. I think the fire broke out less than a week after we left Jasper last year. Let's take a look back at yesterday and I'll show you the footage of driving into Jasper. We're starting to head north, so we are seeing the fire damage from last year's big fire. We haven't been back here since then. We actually just left Canada, Jasper specifically, probably about a week or two before that fire broke out. And I think it's going to be kind of a shock to drive through town and see what damage has been done. Also, driving here through the forest, we're already seeing it. Little chalet survived the fire. Everything around it is burned. Here's Wapiti Campground. Stayed there several times. Now we're getting ready to drive through the town. This will probably be the shocker. These temporary buildings over here. was thinking maybe, oh yeah, the gas station's
that one
gone.
did too. Well, there was one on this side.
Yeah, there was a gas station right here. And then obviously this one's gone. Let's see where the pumps were. Montana's is still there. All right, and here's where some of the buildings are gone. It's not as bad as I pictured it would be. Jasper Brewing.
Oh wow, they're still there. That's awesome. Yeah, it just sucks that Plant Life got burned. That one little spot.
The waffle place is still there.
Yeah. So I'm saying Jasper Brewing is there.
Yeah. I see some buildings like behind these ones that look like they're gone. Train station is all intact. Park is intact. Post office should be fine. Yep. Sadly, it is very evident in the forest areas, and surprisingly, town didn't seem quite as bad as I thought it was going to be. I don't know that we saw all of the damage. I think some of it was further back, but for the most part, the places that we did frequent in the past couple of years are all still standing, thankfully. And it looks like town is bouncing back, and I am definitely glad that I'm here to help support the economy and to get them back on their feet. It has been absolutely wonderful to be back here in Canada thus far, and just really stoked to be here. I'm gonna head back to camp and get some breakfast going, and there's some gear that I'd like to talk to you about that I've been using now for a while, a new piece of gear, just some things that I have around camp that I wanna share some information about and my thoughts on it so far. Broke the yoke. Broke the yoke on that one too. Had broken yokes on both of those. It's very odd, but we're gonna eat them anyway. Better than an Egg McMuffin. Thank you for getting the fire going.
You're welcome.
Feels awesome.
I do it every day if it gives me a bagel sandwich.
Well, folks, it is time for a little AG1 break. No canister, no refrigerator, no problem. I've got my solution right here in the form of this handy dandy travel pack with a new design. I've just driven thousands of miles to get here to Canada, and you didn't think I would come without my AG1, did you? Having these travel packs means I don't have to go anywhere without it, and the new design makes it super easy to pour. The old travel packs were great too. However, they were a little bit more square, a little bit more wide, and sometimes a little bit of the powder would spill over on the sides. Not with these, and even on a windy day, I got it right into the shaker where it belongs. Traveling as much as I do, I was just in California, then Nevada, then Idaho, then Wyoming, then Montana, and now Canada. It's hard to maintain a routine, but the one routine that I have maintained over 4 years now is taking my AG1 daily. It's good for my gut health. I experience way less bloating. It's good for my focus and energy, my stress and mood balance. It supports my immunity. There are so many benefits to taking AG1 that there's no excuse not to. And now with AG1 Next Gen, it's even better with a new improved formula. AG1 is so much more than greens. It's your daily health drink of vitamins, minerals, probiotics, and whole food sourced ingredients in one. Guys, I've been telling you how much I love AG1 now for years. And if you haven't tried it yet, I think it's high time you do. Get started with AG1 for less than $3 a day. Just head over to my link below or scan the QR code here. Plus, for a limited time, you'll get 10 free travel packs, perfect for a summer vacation or a busy day. And that's in addition to all of the goodies that you get in the standard welcome kit. Thank you once again to AG1 for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to exploring beautiful Jasper, Alberta, Canada. I thought this morning I would talk a little bit about this particular piece of gear, which I've not really given any type of review about because I hadn't put it into use yet. But now that I've been using it for a little while, I wanted to talk about what I like and what I don't like about it, if it's working out for me. Also, I have a couple new pieces of gear that I wanted to talk about briefly. These aren't going to be full-on reviews. It's just going to be like a quick overview of each item. Initially, I bought this tent to use kind of as a bug room to escape from bugs. Every window and door opens up to these very large windows. So you can go inside, you can stand up. The height in the middle, I think, is about 7 feet. It's large, it's a 4-person tent. It's a Eureka Jade 4. So I considered it to be a bug room, and also if the weather was bad for multiple days in a row and I didn't want to be cramped in the back of the truck, I would have more room to spread out, sleep in here, watch Netflix or do whatever, just have more space. Anyhow, let's go inside and I'll show you the inside. As you can see, the ceiling is quite high. I've got my hand to the top and I can't even touch it. There's a little hook here that you can hang a lantern from, and it's really nice and spacious. It's bright in here because you can open up all of these doors, for example, and they're very easy to open. And as you can see, you have these very open windows on every side. Back, both sides, and then the front door also has a very large opening. Right now, I've been primarily using it kind of as a privacy room, a changing room. However, we have slept in it a couple of times. When Joey's sister came to visit, we were in grizzly country, and we did not want her to feel unsafe, so we gave her the back of the truck, which is a hard-sided vehicle, and we slept in here. It's very comfortable to sleep in. It feels ginormous, really, with these very, very tall ceilings. In terms of using it as a screened-in bug space, I haven't really utilized it for that purpose yet. One thing I will say is, like most tents, on a sunny, warm day, it gets boiling hot in here. So it's not really a comfortable place to be on a hot day. So far, luckily, the bugs have not been so bad that I felt the need to escape in here. We have had mosquitoes. There have been mosquitoes here as well. However, not so bad that I've had to utilize it for that purpose. On a cool day, it's going to be a great place to get some work done if I need to escape weather. I'm happy with this tent overall. And another cool feature it has is it has a power cord entry point down here, so that if you do need to plug in computers and have your power bank plugged into your Starlink outside, it makes it a nice way to do it without having to leave your door open. This is a new piece of kit I have added to the arsenal. This is obviously a tarp. It's a bushcrafting tarp, or they call it bushcrafting. It has all kinds of different ways you can pitch it. It is a 10 by 13, and the key thing about this one is it is made out of ripstop fabric. You probably saw the one that I had that anchored to the truck, to the back of the truck. That was great in theory. It did work out great. It kept us dry. We were able to cook underneath it. The things that I didn't like about it is that you did have to anchor it to the truck. So if you wanted to leave, to take off, to go anywhere, you had to detach it from the truck, and it was kind of a pain. Also, unfortunately, it ripped during a windstorm in West Yellowstone. And so that wasn't gonna fly. Obviously the fabric was not very well made. This is ripstop. It is made by a company called Gold Camp. It was also not very expensive. It was an Amazon buy. And I'm utilizing the poles from that truck awning tent. But it can be pitched several different ways. We have it tied to trees and anchored to the ground with tent stakes. And this was just a quick pitch that we did when we got here, but it has kept our wood dry, kept our chairs dry. So we'll see long term how it lasts, but so far so good. It feels really strong, really sturdy. It's rained on it, it's held the rain, and so far so good. The last piece of gear I wanted to show you and talk about today is this Arctic 52 quart cooler. You probably saw initially that I had an Anchor Everfrost cooler. I think it was a 32 quart gallon, whatever it was. But it was electric. It had to be powered either by solar or AC power. And unfortunately, I was having issues keeping it powered with solar, especially as the temperatures got warmer. It was just sucking power. I've mentioned before that I don't have a 12-volt outlet here in the 2025 Chevy Silverado. It's crazy, they did not come with 12-volt outlets. I've been hesitant to get the DC to DC converter because I would have to compromise the firewall in the truck. I don't know if it would affect the warranty. I've heard that it could wear down the alternator. So I've just been hesitant to do that. My solution was to get this cooler. It's powered with ice. It's huge, and I've been using it now for the last couple of legs of trips I went on, so almost 2 months on the road, and it's been working out great. I've had no issues, just have to make sure to keep it stocked up on ice, but this thing locks in the cold and the ice lasts a very long time. It's huge, plenty of room in here. I just purchased this basket so that I could keep dry items up off of the ice. It's a little bit of a mess, but I'll show you in here real quick. With power conservation being a constant struggle out here, as you can see, it's cloudy right now, and it has been cloudy more than it has sunny since we've been here in Canada. This is working out great. Headed out on a little day excursion, and the first thing we run across is a herd of elk. Pretty cool. Maybe we'll see some grizzly bears today, or even black bears. Whatever wildlife we see is welcomed.
The 2024 Jasper wildfire was a wildfire complex that burned in July of 2024. Fires started north and south of the resort town of Jasper and grew out of control, and on July 22nd, they forced a mass evacuation of 25,000 residents, workers, and visitors. The fires merged and swept through the town, destroying 358 of its 1,113 structures. The evacuation order lasted until August 17th, but the fires to the south continued to burn out of control. On September 7th, Parks Canada announced that the wildfire was under control, with the fire estimated to be 32,722 hectares, which is 80,860 acres in size, and was declared extinguished on April 1st, 2025.
One wanted to come over here to Athabasca Falls, even though I did visit here last year, because it definitely looks different after the fire. So as you can see, a lot of the trees here are burned. The forest is burned on either side, but you have beautiful wildflowers lining both sides of the road.
It was our drive along this road, Wabasa Road, where the fire damage was the most evident and most shocking. Through the aftermath of the wildfire, the wildlife is thriving, the wildflowers are blooming, and the people are resilient. Jasper is still an absolutely beautiful place to visit. We decided to take a drive over to Malign Lake. A portion of the drive just off of Icefields Parkway was burned, but the second half was untouched. The lake is famed for the color of its azure water, the surrounding peaks, the 3 glaciers visible from the lake, and Spirit Island, a frequently and very famously photographed islet.
That was a nice stop at the beautiful Malign Lake. It is a very touristy destination, as well as the Athabasca Falls that we visited earlier today. The parks are free to get into right now. It's a special that Parks Canada is offering, and we weren't aware of it until we got here. It was a very nice surprise because I was going to need to purchase a new pass, and it turns out I don't have to, so thank you, Canada, for that. Well, the sun decided to come out for a little bit.
It's about time to get dinner going pretty soon. We're going to be making some foil packet meals once again. It's actually become one of my favorite things to make because it's so easy and it tastes really good. I love that taste of being cooked on the fire.
So for tonight's foil packet meals, we are going to be roasting some potatoes with some brats, some garlic, onion, and some seasonings. Got some olive oil here, butter. That'll all go together in one packet, and then we'll go ahead and roast these separately, which is some butter, salt, and pepper. I rinsed the potatoes over at the water spigot over there. All right, we got some taters, some whole cloves of garlic, and onion. Roasted garlic should taste amazing. Got these brat slash hot dogs. Probably more hot dog than brat. Some olive oil, butter, garlic powder, and we'll wrap that up 3 times. That is a lot of food. We're definitely going to be having some leftovers. Looking perfect. This is what's for dessert tonight. Peanut butter stack brownie. Pretty decadent. Well, good morning. I'm catching up with you here on the next day. It rained quite a bit last night. It rained for a long time and pretty heavily, actually. I was beginning to wonder if we should have postponed the backpacking trip because the forecast wasn't as bad as originally predicted, but we have gotten some rain off and on. It's been wonderful to see Jasper bouncing back from the devastating fires last year. Even though there's so much damage in the forest, the town seems to be thriving, rebuilding, and it hasn't seemed to affect the tourism that much, which is wonderful to see. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video here. There's lots more from Canada to come. There's still that backpacking trip coming up, and I plan to visit a part of Canada that I've never been to before, which is going to be pretty cool. I thank you all so much for being with me. I thank you all so much for watching. As always, I appreciate your support, and I'll see you on the next adventure. See you soon, everybody. Bye-bye.